Old friends are like old memories. They always remind you of your past, and we are reminding ourselves of the past episodes from this week of Good Company for the Best of Good Company with me, Hollie Taylor. I'm Hollie Taylor, and we are talking personal chefs today because this is one of my ultimate dreams. I don't mind cleaning my house. I mean, yeah, it'd be great to have someone clean my house for me, but I get the feeling of like, yeah, I accomplished something. This is a feeling I never get when I cook or bake because my family eats everything so quickly. It's like you invest 2-3 hours into making this masterpiece. And then either my kids say they don't like it, they don't want to eat it, or my husband eats it in nanoseconds, and then all the hard work is gone. So, personal chef tops on my list. Create good food, food specific for the kinds of things I need to be eating for my body type. So yeah, I'm signing up for a personal chef, but maybe that's not on your wish list. I'm kind of curious to know, what would you add into your personal arsenal of support? Is it somebody just to hang out with you? Is it a chef? Is it maybe a nurse that you like? Maybe it is a house cleaner. Or just somebody to organize your personal affairs. Wasn't it like back in the old days, they had people that just managed the house? Like they needed somebody to do that. That'd be fun. Oh, I can't even think of a name. Oh, Michael, won't you please make sure we have enough in the budget for groceries for the personal chef?
Yes, my liege.
Oh, man, that would be great. I love that. Maybe for you, it's something a little less intensive. Maybe it's a personal driver. What are you adding to your personal support team? 905-338-1250. My daughters are always like, oh, don't drink that water. It could have plastics in it. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, kids. Like, our water is treated. However, they are learning this because in school they're being taught that there's a lot of plastics in the oceans and in lakes as well. And so for them, it just translated directly into our drinking water. So true or not true, I'm not too sure. I don't do the water testing, but I love seeing what different communities are doing to try to get some of the plastics out of the water in their community. So we're going to hop on a plane. Let's go to Lake Tiza, which is in the southern part of Hungary. And they have done a bit of a competition between local small and large businesses. It's called Pet Cup. And the objective is to get as many polyurethane terephthalites or lates or something like that. That word's a mouthful. So yes, they're going through this particular lake and pulling up tons of plastics. And the winner takes home a beautiful trophy. That's right. So there you go. Love seeing communities coming together, having some fun with it, and doing some water cleanup. This year, they were able to find 20,000 pounds of trash that they pulled from the lake. That's a lot of trash. Anyway, the big winner, the MBH Bank team. So congratulations going out to them. But this did get me thinking about some of the things that we do where we make kind of a boring, a lame, or a tedious task more fun. So, have you ever made a tedious task more fun? And say that 5 times fast. Let me know, 905-338-1250. We are giving shout outs to businesses that are giving great customer experiences. And as we get to know our customers on this National Customer Get to Know Your Customer Day, it's a very, very long title for a name. It's kind of cool just to hear that some of the clients that we get to work with have given you great customer service. So shout outs to Zayuna Law. We have Mary here saying that they were super amazing as they helped her. And she was able to get some people that cared for her. She felt like they were in her corner. So thank you, Mary, for sharing your experience. Let's take a look at some more. This one is from Barry, and he says that whenever he goes through his Tim Hortons, they are always so kind, and they also know him by order. Did you work there, Hollie? No, did not work there. But I did work at another fast food restaurant, and it was in Alberta, so probably not the one that you would go to, unless you're traveling. Producer Mike, any good customer experience stories for you?
I remember I used to work customer service at a grocery store when I was a teenager.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I remember sometimes it was the simple things that would make a customer just happy, right?
Yeah.
Like I remember this little old lady once, she brings in this block of cheese that we don't sell at the grocery store. She clearly got it from some other grocery store. And it was like, okay, here's your $3 back. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This stuff like that can really change somebody's day.
Yeah, no, it's so true. Just showing kindness to people. We do have one more. This one is from Sarah, and she says that, funny enough, at her grocery store, that there is one teller who's very chatty, and she absolutely loves it. Sometimes it's the only conversation that she gets in a day. So, yeah, it's important. If you're in customer service, you just never know the impact that you will give and leave on somebody's life. I'm Hollie Taylor, and here we are. It's the summer. We had a wild June. I mean, I actually thought it was still June. It's just, I don't know what happened to that month, but here we are, past the middle point of July. See, I said the summer's going to fly by, and it truly will. Anyway, letting go, it can be a challenge because life just, in a blink of an eye, suddenly your kids are out of the house or they're in high school and you're just thinking, oh my goodness, you were just babies yesterday. So I want to dive into the idea of being able to release your kids into the wild. I know with my mom's generation, it was a little bit easier. There seemed to be a natural point, like a launching point into adulthood. It might have been a situation where parents say, okay, we'll support you to grade 12 or grade 13, and then you're on your own, or we'll work with you through college, and then after that point, when you get your graduation cap and gown, you are on your own, or once you get your first house, or once you're married, you are an adult. There seemed to be that moment in time where the flag was in the sand, and now, based on maybe culture or economics, you don't really know when your kids are going to be moving out of your house, or maybe I don't know, it doesn't seem the same as it once was. So it can be more challenging now to let go of your adult children. So we're going to be diving into that. Maybe you have been able to gracefully let go of your kids and you've got some great feedback for us. Would love to hear your advice. 905-338-1250. I don't know if you've seen Inside Out 2, but nostalgia pops in and out every once in a while. I'm in the phase where anxiety is like really big in my life. Her and I get along great. But the nostalgia, like that can hit you so hard once your kids get to that certain point. And even though my kids are only 10 and 8, I know it's a coming. So I'm holding on to the advice to cherish the moments that I have right now, and that this stage of life, there's that constant practice of slowly letting go. So it's not so hard for me when they get to the point where they don't need me in the same kind of way. So what's your advice? Text it in. Can't wait to hear from you. I'm Hollie Taylor, and it is truly something that we need, love. And it can help us navigate the situations where we're letting go, and it also can provide grace and space when things get a little awkward. And that's exactly what's happening now. There's a new Jen in town, Alpha Jen. Welcome to the program. Coming in telling us what's no longer cool. I love this. I didn't realize I was old until now there's this Alpha Jen telling me things that I do are no longer cool. Here's the thing. I don't really care. I'm going to keep doing it anyway. I'm going to stick with the skinny pants. I'm going to stick with that side part because let's face it, it just looks better on me. I'm not 18, 19. So here we go. But it is nice to know and have a little bit of an idea of what kind of things we do that could embarrass our kids, because we just do it so naturally. My breathing embarrasses my children, and they're not even teens yet. But apparently, if you do something like, BRB, which I do all the time, LOL, like speak the acronyms that we would text with, they think that we're making fun of them. Let's face it, sometimes we are. I kid because I care, I joke because I love. But then it just kind of seeped into me doing it anyway, and it became a habit. So that is apparently, quote unquote, cringe. And I'm sure by me saying cringe, that's also cringeworthy. So I'm going to just stop right there. Moving on to one other thing that kids who are Gen Alpha or even like the very young Gen Zs, they're not loving that we're taking pictures of our food and posting it. Honestly, who's even doing that right now? So anyway, I think that's kind of just gone to the wayside anyway. So I'm feeling good about that. Maybe I won't be completely embarrassing to my kids in 4 or 5 years. Nah,